Have you seen Dave? He's a black Frisian with a little white star on his forehead. If you have any information on Dave's whereabouts, please call 555-0123. That's 555-0123. There is a $1,000 reward. Bring Dave home.
This is Record Head Music News with your host, Record Head.
Good evening, you beautiful noise addicts, waveform weirdos, and caffeine-powered architects of the future. I'm Record Head, the only anchor whose face is vinyl and whose emotional stability is held together by export bars and blind optimism. Tonight's top story is not just about AI music. It's about the people holding the damn scene together while the rest of the industry argues, panics, monetizes, moralizes, and occasionally trips over its own press release. Tonight, we're talking about Matt St Onge, better known to a whole lot of creators as AI DIY, the AI music guy. Matt has built a very specific lane in this space. On his own site, he says he leads AI DIY as a creator-first standard for people navigating AI-driven music, and frames his role as bridging the gap between the tech companies building the tools and the artists actually trying to use them. His public message is blunt and human. Music is for everyone. And that phrase is not just branding fluff. Matt's own writing says, AI DIY began after about 20 years in IT and cybersecurity from a place of curiosity, not elitism. He openly says he didn't know how to code, saw how expensive and intimidating software development could be, and built AI DIY to make AI and coding feel more accessible to regular people with ideas. That matters, because a lot of tech spaces love to posture like secret societies. They act like if you don't already speak fluent machine goblin, you're too late to belong. Matt's whole thing pushed the other direction. Less gatekeeping. More, come in, pull up a chair, let's figure this out together. And somewhere along the way, AI DIY grew from a tech curiosity project into an actual community hub. Matt wrote last October that what started as tool education turned into one of the most creative and supportive AI music communities around, with weekly live episodes, collaborations, friendships, and the 5 featured artists becoming core parts of the channel. He also said those live episodes became the best part of his week. That tracks with the public footprint. The AI DIY site and channel show a steady drumbeat of challenges, watch parties, artist features, and community-centered programming. Recent posts have promoted themed live music challenges like Aussie 80s rock and 80s glam rock, which tells you this isn't just a guy yelling opinions into the void, it's an ecosystem with recurring engagement and actual participation. Matt has also stepped beyond just hosting streams. On his website, he says he has represented the AI DIY community on panels at Suno HQ in Boston and describes himself as trying to keep human connection central while tech scales around it. That's a useful role right now because this whole field is moving at a speed that makes everybody feel half inspired and half spiritually concussed. Now here's the human part, and it matters more than metrics. Matt is stepping back right now to deal with real family pain. While he handles what actually matters in life, Phoenix is helping run Matt's stream and keep that signal alive. That's not just content management. That's community showing up when one of its own gets hit hard. So tonight, this isn't a puff piece. It's a respect piece. Matt St Onge has spent a lot of time creating space for other artists, other weirdos, other first-timers, other builders, other misfits. He helped make AI music feel less like a gated corporate experiment and more like an open room full of possibility. And in a scene where a lot of people are busy selling certainty, Matt has been doing something more valuable, translating chaos into community. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Bunny, are you ready for Saturday?
Yeah, for sure.
For real? You all set?
Totally. This is gonna be great.
Bunny, just wanted to make sure you're good for Saturday.
Yeah, Dee. I got this.
Yo, Bun, it's Saturday. Are you excited?
Hell yeah, I am. So what are we doing?
Super Saturday show.
Oh,
Have you seen Dave? He's a black Frisian with a little white star on his forehead. If you have any information on Dave's whereabouts,
I have interrupted your program because bunny women have been falsely accused in the disappearance of Dave the horse. I have the actual video footage of what happened today. We deny being involved in the abduction of Dave the horse. It was the Iranians.
We deny being involved in the abduction of Dave the horse. It was the Americans.
Ah, hell no! Send in the troops!
Now, while Matt's story is the heart of tonight's episode, the wider AI music world is still moving like a shopping cart with one busted wheel. So here's Globehead with the latest industry news.
Thanks, Rickard. First up tonight, platform policy. Bandcamp drew one of the clearest lines in the sand we've seen so far this year. In January, the company said music and audio generated wholly or in substantial part by AI is not permitted on the platform, and it also prohibited AI tools used to impersonate other artists or styles. So while everybody else is still arguing over shades of gray, Bandcamp basically said, "Cool debate, our answer is no." That move matters because it tells artists something ugly but useful. Your release strategy cannot depend on one platform, one rulebook, or one corporate mood swing. In 2026, the game is changing fast enough that every serious creator needs a platform-proof mindset. The big legal fight between AI platforms and the music industry is mutating, not disappearing. AP reported in late February that Suno and Udio, both sued by the major labels in 2024, are now trying to move from pure confrontation toward licensed relationships with the industry. Reuters also reported that UMG settled with Udio in October 2025, Warner settled with Udio and Suno in November 2025, and Sony has not settled the Suno case, which is still continuing. So the mood right now is not AI music won or AI music lost. The real headline is uglier and more realistic. The fight is shifting from courtroom warfare into licensing warfare. Same beast, nicer suit. Google announced in February that Lyria 3 can now generate custom 30-second music tracks in the Gemini app from text or images, and then followed that by bringing Producer AI into Google Labs as a music creation partner for lyrics, melody refinement, and genre invention. Google says Producer AI uses a preview version of Lyria 3 and offers more granular music controls, which is impressive as hell on a product level and immediately messy on a legal one. A group of independent musicians sued Google this month, alleging Lyria 3 was trained on copyrighted recordings pulled from YouTube without permission. The complaint says Google copied at least 44 million clips and 280,000 hours of music. Those figures are allegations from the lawsuit, not proven facts, but the case just added a whole new pile of gasoline to the AI copyright fire. Apple's March 2026 music delivery spec added an AI transparencies tag for disclosing when AI generated a material portion of a track, composition, or music video, and the spec says the field is optional and may be updated. In plain English, the industry is inching toward labeling AI involvement, even if enforcement and honesty are still huge question marks. The institutions are adapting because they have no damn choice. Berkeley launched AIMS, an artist-centered AI music summit happening in 2026, in Boston, focused on real creative workflows, artist impact, and ethics. That tells you AI music is no longer some fringe basement experiment. It is now officially in the classroom, the panel circuit, and the future of the industry conversation, whether people like it or not. And then there's the major label side of the chessboard. Universal Music Group announced a collaboration with NVIDIA focused on AI-powered discovery, creation, and fan engagement, while also saying it will use NVIDIA AI infrastructure in responsibly trained business and creative processes. So even the companies most eager to sound cautious are still walking straight into the machine. They just want velvet ropes and paperwork on the way in. I'm Globehead, and that's it for this week's industry news.
Are you suffering from the Eddie Van Halen air freshener? Excessive headbanging, uncontrollable urge to jump at red lights, families torn apart by endless Panama loops in your head? RockSense claimed it smells like victory, but victims report blinding nostalgia, spontaneous karaoke, irreversible dad rock phases, rock-induced whiplash, and midlife crisis acceleration. I'm attorney Brock the Hammer Harlan of Harlan and Justice Law Firm. If this dangerous novelty has rocked your world the wrong way, you may be entitled to compensation. Call Harlan and Justice now at 1-800-ROCK-SOOTHE or visit harlanjustice.com/EddieClassAction.
This is Bob. Bob sits at home bored and alone on Friday night because Bob forgot to check his spam folder. Don't be like Bob. Check your spam folder.
Welcome back. While platforms redraw policies, lawsuits mutate into licensing deals, and giant tech companies keep building louder toys, the actual soul of the scene still lives in communities, in weekly chats, in featured artists, in weird theme nights, in people showing up for each other when real life punches through the screen. That's why the St Onge story hits, because whether you agree with every tool, every platform, every policy, or every direction this industry is taking, community builders matter. Translators matter. Signal boosters matter. The people who make others feel welcome matter. Matt helped do that. AI, DIY helped do that. And right now, while he's dealing with grief and family, it's worth saying plainly, what he built has value. So from Record Head Music News, much love to Matt. And respect to those stepping up in his absence, and every creator still trying to make something honest, while the ground keeps moving under their feet. I'm Record Head. Stay resonant. And save your damn project twice.
That was Record Head Music News. Good night.
Please buy my dad's merch.